Letting everything fall through. Ah. Softening around and behind the eyes. Softening your cheeks and your jaw, your lips and your tongue. All of it released down where you soften the throat. Sides of the neck, back of the neck. Crown of the head released upward. Tops of the shoulders, front of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder. They all release outward toward the elbows, but grow heavy and hang. The forearms and the wrists are soft. Palms relaxed. Letting go all the way to the fingertips. Feel your chest soften, which helps to open the upper back, and the shoulder blades release further down the back. Softening around the upper spine. Letting go of your solar plexus, your ribs, the middle of your back. Softening your belly, sides of your waist and your lower back. Letting go of the front of your hip and the sides of your hips, your glutes, and your lower back. Your tailbone sinks. Making space for the breath in your abdomen. Your mind gets even more quiet. From your hips to your thighs and your knees, space behind your knees are soft. Your lower legs, your ankles and your feet. Your toes release. All of the tension in your body is allowed to drop through into the ground. We can't do anything with it, we can just let it go. And then when you're ready, hands on top of your navel. Your mind collecting there. Wherever your awareness goes, the chi will follow. So by placing your awareness in your navel or deep to your navel, chi flows into that space, warming, nourishing that place, all the way to your lower back. Like water, nourishing and moistening the soil around the plants in the garden. Yeah, and the dan tian, the tian in it in Chinese is field. It's that character, the square character for a field. So it's literally the place where you grow and plant something, just like a farm or a garden. And the thing that nourishes that is our attention, our stillness and our softness. We have to let our body sink through letting go, our breath to deepen and get soft, our mind slows down enough to settle, and then all of those things gather into the middle, and that's how we plant the seed in the field for the medicine. Gentle circles. Letting that warmth that we were accumulating in the dantian spread out through the intestines and the digestive organs, filling the abdomen. And then we spiral back in, gathering all of that qi, putting it back into the field. And sliding around the back. Let's first warm up the back a little bit. All the way to the tailbone, the glutes. You could even do it one hand moving up, one hand moving down, warming, softening the backs of the legs, letting all of that space release a bit. And then let's soften just the sides of the neck. Because the eyes are considered the top of the spine in Chinese medicine, we want our eyes to look a little bit in the direction of our movement. And that opposite hand falls down to open the shoulder. Lengthening the neck. And then left and right, yin and yang balancing. The weight flows down one side, then the other, letting one half become light. Easy. Into the earth. Letting one arm lengthen like warm taffy. Do you know that candy called taffy? Uh, sure. It's just kind of, I'm sure you've seen it there. Um, like a just warm sugar is kind of thick. When it's cold, it's very hard and brittle. And as it warms up, it can kind of stretch. That kind of just made out of sugar, caramelized sugar mostly. Some color sometimes, gelatin. And so it's the same way that as our mind and our softness warm this up, it sort of lets everything get longer. And then we combine the last three into snake, softening its sides. Yeah, it feels different when you think of them as these three separate practices together. This whole neck and shoulders set is based around the kind of the skeleton of the snake and turtle set, with a lot of additional movements to draw out the pieces of the set that are particularly good for the neck and the shoulders. And then closing. It's been really wonderful to do it every day. I think we're on day 10 now. And every time I do one of these 100-day series, I always think, oh, this is just fabulous. I feel fantastic. And so all of this is, it almost always feels warm, like I'm sitting in a warm bath in this area. It's just lovely. It was the same thing at the end of the self massage series, which focuses on that layer beneath the skin. And at the end of that set, all the time I was feeling that layer in my body, even more than my skin. I felt beneath my skin, and it felt warm and kind of juicy, really neat. And now it's all of that feeling is up and through here. And then those gentle hip circles. As you release the hips, we emphasize that spiral traveling up the spine. Both directions. And then larger circles. Both directions. And then whole upper spine. And same thing, you can let your eyes roll around. Both directions. And then, as though looking down between the feet, release the full length of the back of the neck. And then looking up, releasing the full length of the throat. Looking up and down, moving your eyes. then closing. Everything settling inside. So let's do some shoulder movement. Whichever foot is in the back, that shoulder circles, the front arm, front foot, all remain stable. Both directions. Both sides. Both directions. And then both directions. Emphasizing that deep release at the bottom. All the way down. Yeah. Diagonal. Both directions. Ah, nice. So let's try then this circle with just the neck. Lengthening all the way around without closing or clamping the throat or the back of the neck. And then we can begin to include the movement of the shoulders with it, combining these last few. And then slowly we soften down the body, these waving movements, softening the front, softening the back of the spine. As large as feels comfortable, and then slowly tapering off. And closing. So let's do a little bit of extra neck release. So we're going to look left and right, but instead of just left and right, we'll look up, over the top, and then down as though we're going to look down toward the ground behind us. And on the opposite side, we open this shoulder. So in a way, this is the still point, the front of the shoulder, deep to the collarbone here, that we look away from. And we open that space as we look up, back, and down. And then we just let go and return to the center. Bless you. Yeah, and that opposite hand, the palm turns forward, and all of this is allowed to lengthen and soften open. And the eyes lead the movement over the top and down. And then the same thing, but this time down and then looking up and back. This is the much older practice. So you can see how they took this and they put it inside snake and turtle. Yeah, and then that tech neck release, the hands behind the head, and we lengthen our elbows outward so our hands push gently into the back of our head, and then we lengthen our head up and back so our head pushes into our hands. So opening this way horizontally, and then opening vertically, just gently strengthening those postural muscles. Nice. And then softening open. Let the arms lengthen for a moment. And then again, hands in the back of the head. This time we're just going to use the hands to gently turn the head from side to side so that your neck stays relaxed. And you simply use your hands to push your head from side to side. And then softening open. And again, hands in the back of the head. This time we let just the weight of our hands rest on the back of the head, and we let it help lengthen the head down. And then looking up and back, just gently pushing against the very light weight of the hands. So not pushing down too hard, just a little bit, so that it strengthens this part of the postural muscles in the neck. Just 3 times, and then again we release open. And then one more time. This time the hands will push palm up, above the head, lengthening your neck, lengthening your spine, palms down, and just the weight of your hands rest on the top of the head, and the top of your head pushes up against your hands. And then up, lengthening your spine, softening down, so just the weight of your arms resting on the top of the head. One more time. So those deep postural muscles have the chance to work a little bit. And then lengthening up, softening out. And then that fun side to side move. One day. And then shaking out from the top down. In closing. So now another much older Qigong movement. We're going to put the little finger up against the body, slide the hand up in front of the face, and then one hand will face palm down. The upper hand faces palm up above the head. Yeah, you can let your shoulder open, soften as much as you can. And then you press the hands away from each other, lengthening your spine, lengthening your whole torso. Let go of the lower hand, upper hand palm down, and you soften. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, neck, washing down your spine, your hips, your knees, your feet, letting go all the way. And then the other side. Coming up. Pushing away from each other. Yeah. And there's the sense of spine, top of the head goes up, tailbone sinks down, lengthening your spine. And then that wash of softness down through the body. Nice. So versions of this movement are many thousands of years old. And so we took it and we put it into the snake and turtle set. And so you can see how each of these are in the black snake movement. So let's combine the last several movements that we did, including the neck movements. Opening the shoulders, hand on the back of the head, gently turning to look behind, looking up and back, opening the front of the body, looking down and back, softening forward, lengthening upward, and a wave of softness down through. One more time, both sides. Soft and easy. Shoulders, your neck especially releasing. Closing when you're done. And then hands lifting up to the level of your shoulders, and then dropping down like you're bouncing a ball. Shoulder blades sink down your back, and as your hands drop, make sure that your head doesn't kind of go forward. And then with one foot in front, hands cross, opening, shoulder blades slide down. That same quality of falling open. Both sides. And then that tiger's mouth up against your body, lifting elbow high, shoulder sinks, palm turns forward, chest sinks, neck and shoulders releasing in both directions. And then embracing the tree, opening your chest and your back, palms turn forward, pushing forward and around, palms lengthening away from each other, elbows high enough so that you drape your shoulder blades down your back, your hands fall to your sides. Palms turn forward, all the way down. This is my favorite way for even basic standing posture. Here, the palms turn forward. Turn your hands around this way. That way, yeah. And then shoulder blades sink down the back. And so your hands are falling into this line. And so it's, for me, this is the easiest way to get into this correct shoulder position during standing posture. Palms push out away from each other, softening down. Yeah, that's right. One more. All the way down. And then let's combine those last four into white snake sticking out its tongue. Both sides. Shoulders sinking down the back, chest opening and sinking. Lower back staying open and soft. Mmm, feels good. So let's try a little bit of the Emperor Penguin. Hands in front of your shoulder, full circles. Has your daughter seen any penguins yet? I love that. Both directions? They have those really amazing eyebrows. And then letting your hand go around your waist to your lower back, and then around the side. Fingertips face the navel. Turn your waist around that side. Keep your elbow alongside your body so you don't twist your shoulder too much. Just turning your waist. Both sides. And then palm facing up, leading with the fingertips. The back of the hand slides down the side of your body. Palm again turning up toward your face, down and around, sliding down the side of your body. So if I start, I'll turn my waist a little bit with the movement. And the back of your hand just slides down the side of your body, a little massage on the side. And then opposite side. Soft and comfortable. Two biggest moments are here at the bottom where we let go. And then here, the shoulder stays really quiet as the fingers go by and the shoulder blades slides down the back. And then we'll do the same thing, if possible, on both sides. Bit of coordination. This is another good dance move. Yes. Hey, you got it. And then the next one is called flower hiding beneath a leaf. So with one foot in front, both palms down, the back hand is going to slip beneath the front hand, so they're kind of crossing each other. And then both hands open to the sides. And then again, sliding beneath, and then opening. So they're both kind of making a figure eight that meet in the middle. Yeah, this is really good for this kind of movement through the shoulders. And then we'll change feet and do the same thing. So the back hand slips beneath the front hand, and then both turn palm up. Turning your waist, softening your shoulders. And so now let's combine all four of those into golden snake. Yeah, that looks good. Turning the waist, shoulder blades sliding down. Breathing normally. And then opening the sky, closing the earth. Shoulders are soft and open. Your neck stays long. And this little in-between thing is just to make sure that we don't have any tension. We're just letting go all the way, and then we do the next one. And then same thing in the opposite direction. So I go up, around the center, elbows sink, palms facing toward each other, sinking down, letting go. Kind of creates a little bit of a pressure wave down the front of the body. Shoulder blades stay sliding down the back. Yeah. One more. So then the three for turtle drinking chi. First one is this neck movement, letting this wave travel down the body. And then the lengthening of the spine. So if I put my hands behind my back, I gently open the front of my body without collapsing my lower back too much, looking up. And then I'm going to let my hips travel back, keeping my spine straight, only as far down as I can keep my whole spine lengthened. Hands slide down and they slide back up as my hips go forward again. To the lower back, opening the front of the body. Sliding down, spine is long all the way through the neck. Hips go up, opening the front of the body. And then the next one is an opening and closing of the front and the back of the body. So if I was to put my hands above my head, elbows going up, opening the front of the body, I pull my hands down and round out my spine, tuck my tailbone, like I'm going to touch the top of my head to my tailbone. And then palms down, shoulder blades drawing toward each other, opening the front of the body, and then again, closing the front of the body, opening the back of the body. So then again, one, softening open the front, and then more important for this one, rounding out the back. So the neck is round, the lower back in particular softens. Palms down, opening, lengthening open the front of the body, and then we round out. Nice. So let's combine those three into turtle drinking chi. Lengthening down, rounding out the spine, and then leading with the nose. Opening the front of the body at the top, and then we soften down. So 1, 2, rounding out. 3, lengthening up, a wave that opens up the front of the body, gently arching the back, looking up, and then we soften down, that wave that travels down to the center. One more time. Closing. Do you have a few extra minutes? Great. So let's lengthen upward. Whole body opens, softening the wrists, the shoulders, the neck, pouring the weight down through the body, letting everything go. Wave of softness, clear sky washing down through you. And then the warmth of the earth flowing up your legs, especially filling up your lower abdomen, your lower back, and your belly. One more time. As you wind down, let your awareness sink into that elixir field. Awareness spreading out a little bit through the bones of your body. Whole system releases, especially your neck and your shoulders. Just massaging down your face, your ears, top of your head, the back of your neck. Thank you so much. Lots of fun.